자, 야, 금요일날 10시 10몇 분이 막 지났습니다. 오전. 오늘 원래 자연 속에 나가야 되는데 오늘 또 도자기 선생님이 또 저 그 양봉 벌키는 데 또 가보자고 그래서 웅길산역에 1시 반까지 가는데 시청에 가서 뭐 좀 가져오고, 자, 가기 전에 점심 먹기 전에 세상의 책들을 좀 싹 한번 더 읽어보겠습니다. 읽어야 되니까. Buy it, rent it, profit. Make money as a landlord in any real estate market. That will pretty much take care of your blockage problems. Blockage problem, they will last about 1 month. How not to marry the wrong guy. Is he the one, or should you run? A guide to living happily ever after. I knew right then and there that I would not be able to stay with him a minute longer. How pleasure works. The new science of why we like what we like. Without the capacity for imagination, you might enjoy an attractive splash of colors on a canvas, but you would never enjoy art in the same way that normal people do. Official U.S. Mint. A history of the U.S. Mint, the quarter, and the 50 state. A rider for the Pony Express at age 14, and a scout for the Union Army during the Civil War. Cody eventually became a showman, bringing the Wild West to the rest of the world. Get out of your own way. The 5 keys to surpassing everyone's expectation. Would you shine? Would you shine? Witty words from wise women. Powerful women only succeed in spite of their husbands. What you do is who you are, how to create your business culture. That dismissal, that dismissal, that failure of imagination, of cultural flexibility had shrunk the market cap of BlackBerry Limited, as the company is now called, from $83 billion to $5 billion. How to get control of your time and your life. Discover how to set your priorities, manage your life, and achieve your goals. How to build your willpower. I have encountered many cases of people avoiding a task to which they have assigned a high priority because subconsciously they feared the consequences that would follow once the task was completed. Build a powerful brand to achieve career success. There are countries, the places places to network online, but there are lots of venues you can network offline too, promoting your brand. Doing agile right, transformation without the chaos. We seek out bad news. We make people feel psychologically safe sharing failures. Quantum healing. But most people cannot do that. Their thought power is too weak to trigger the appropriate mechanism. The great warming. Why are corals such useful climatic indicators? Chicken soup for the soul. Think positive. Incorporate gratitude and joy into your daily life. Need a boost. Need a boost. The 4-hour work week. Escape the 9 to 5. Live anywhere and join the new rich. Interviews for this week had been set by a third Indian virtual assistant who had also found contact information for the best kendo schools in Japan and the top salsa teachers in Cuba. You can be happy no matter what. Both can point to Andre's valid example of why their viewpoint is correct, and both would do so with absolute certainty. Your next season. Advice for executives on transitioning from intense career to fulfilling next season. Researchers studying this dynamic found that cancer and heart disease victims who also have a strong social network achieved better outcomes than those who do not. Super corporators, altruism, evolution, and why we need each other to succeed. Because passive funds deliver an average performance, half of active funds will do worse than the passive funds. The 100 Simple Secrets of Successful People. The productivity of employees who score high in dedication to their career is 33% less likely to be affected by the quality of their managers than is the production of low dedication employees. Isn't it time you started using their secret? Negotiating is one of the most misunderstood aspects of selling. The unbeatable mind. Then they could operate from their witnessing self, while focusing their thinking minds with precision on the selected subject or object of attention. Growth IQ. It also found that the bank's sales practice were unethical. The bank's action caused harm to consumers, and the bank management had not responded promptly to address these issues. Unethical. Beyond the obvious, killer question that spark game-changing innovation. If your kid or assistant comes to you with an idea that sounds crazy, or an idea that you tried and failed with 10 years ago, pay attention to him. Smarter, faster, cheaper. Every little interaction you have, be it the small talk, commenting on someone else's website, or your own content is an opportunity to build your reputation. The new brand you. Consider what is holding them back from getting where they want to go. What is their biggest fear? Biggest fear. Study skills. What you need to know and how to do it. If you do have to choose from a list, get moving on it quickly. Change is good, you go first. 21 ways to inspire change. Never forget, recognition is a need we all crave. You can't predict a hero. They would say, Joe, we know we are in the five, and abandon the debate and follow the election. Wait at what? And life's other essential question. His talk at UVA was about the book, Coactive Coaching. This greater depth is the reason that fulfillment is one of the three core principles in coactive coaching. A good laugh makes any interview or any conversation so much better. The armchair economist, economics and everyday life. Why should politicians, uniquely among American citizens, be denied that fundamental freedom? Your handwriting can change your life. The family of status. Determination. Quiet Power, a guide for kids and teens from the best-selling author of Quiet. The Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. addressed the crowd. Address the crowd. The philosophy book, Dialectic and the World. The discussion of Hegel's dialectic above uses terms such as emerging, development, and movement. The Doodle Revolution unlocked the power to think differently. This ranking could determine how they spend their time for the next 2 years because it's the setup for the final tally. The Big Nine. Leaders in Congress of various federal agencies and the White House continue to deprioritize artificial intelligence and advanced scientific research in general, preparing to invest in industries that are politically appealing but nearing obsolescence. learning to live with millions of paper cuts, the pragmatic scenario. The foreclosure of America. Right, I responded, jotting fees on the board to remind myself to follow through on her guidance, and calculated the projected P revenues as well into my math. Competing for the future. A core competency is most decidedly a source of competitive advantage in that it is competitively unique and make a contribution to custom value or cost. Niche. Jerry takes quiet satisfaction from another job well done. Sugar. Dueling recipes feature ingredients like sweet tea and chocolate seltzer. Begins vocabulary in practice. Trade union. A trade union is an organization that has been formed by workers in order to represent their rights and interests to their employers. For example, in order to improve working conditions or wages. Today, I've come to appreciate the power of partnership, and I've begun partnering with other leaders and organizations to try to make a difference. Decide and deliver to turn the company around. Al focused his senior leadership team on quick decision making and execution. Right on track, magnify, to make something appear larger. Cooking for Mr. Underlatte, the man who made me eat everything. He's an expert on bread baking, and he had discovered that I had worked at a pizza place in Rome. Tax for dummies. Make tax efficient investment. Crossroad to the USA. What are the peculiar benefits of each kind of restaurant? The high five habit. Take control of your life with one simple habit, but even better is doing a number on your body, mind, and spirit. The art of woo. So does the cat who seeks to take advantage of another's heart. CAD. Loneliness. In the market there was a cobbler. You are a badass. I know this sounds like I'm making a massive generalization, but just stay with me here. Unlike the hidden gem market, I'm going to be in town later this month and in your area, talking to some other folks on Wednesday, the 15th. Innovation risk. Make a smarter decision. How can managers help their employees avoid this risk? Hard seat, hard seat. But he also had three other qualities I always looked for. He was an analyst. He was an analyst who could see the big picture, knew the important metrics, and could set the priorities. He was a master operator, calm and disciplined, who helped build accountability, and he was a creative innovator who was willing to take risk. Today, not starting is far worse than being wrong. The prosperity paradox, how innovation can lift nations out of poverty. Yeah, had Transparency International's annual ranking existed back then, America would not have been high on the list of least corrupt countries. Mojo. For pointless argument, I completely agree that it is worth arguing over just injustice in the workplace or in the world. Leadership and self-deception. But what can I help me to do that? I asked. Future trend, a guide to decision making and leadership in business. See your organizations operating as verbs versus nouns. A good enough life, the dying speak. Both Justin and I could easily have been impacted. On more stressless, how to attract wealth using the secret science of getting rich. You have to believe that what you've asked for is going to happen. Double your money in America's finest companies. The unbeatable power of rising dividends. 1 year from the purchase date, I had additional money to the portfolio and bring the bottom 2 or 3 laggard position into line with the others. How would you move Mount Fuji? How the world's smartest companies select the most creative thinkers. In asking about the restriction on B and N, the interviewer means, how can you tell whether this plan will work for specific values of B and N? Today we are rich. This will allow them to go from being recipients to givers and make it possible for them to feel the joy and the significance you feel when you get to help others in need. The mystery method, how to get beautiful women into bed. So the next time you tell the story of when you fought a lion with your bare hands, remember that it's more attractive and interesting to admit you were scared shitless than it is to play Mr. Tough Guy. Change your brain, change your life. During one of those times he had been drunk, but during the other two he had not been drinking at all. Why Mars and Venus collide. To help women cope with the stress of not being able to talk freely during the day, men can listen without any intention to fix and solve. Food rules on Eaters manual. It would have been easier to say eat organic, and it is true that food certified organic is usually well grown in comparatively healthy soil nourished by organic matter rather than chemical fertilizers. The success of the principles. How to get from where you are to where you want to be. What if instead of watching television, mindlessly surfing the internet, running unnecessary errands, and addressing problems you could have avoided in the first place? You use the extra time to focus on your family, your marriage, your business, starting a new income stream, and other forward motion pursuit. Managing for people who hated managing. The purpose of criticizing others is to insult them. Protocrats. One consequence of that neo-monopoly control is low investment in innovation. Mexico's is among the lowest in the OECD. The world according to the opera. Balance. Not your parents' money book. Believe it or not, banks make mistakes too. The USA Customs and Institution, using capital letters. In this chapter, why are the following words capitalized? Your true home, the everyday wisdom of. Or we can try to calm ourselves, touch our compassion and understanding, and give ourselves a peaceful mind. Eventually all the undressing got down as it always does, and not long after they were where both of them wanted to be. Teaching English to Koreans. In general, pair and group work function well as studies, so it may be an idea to have settling activities to follow the library of work to maintain a good balance. You can have an amazing life in just 60 days. Not too long ago, I talked with a gentleman who was involved in planning the construction of a city's monorail. You can heal your life. I am safe. I love my life. If you are not first, you are last. Adopt this as your mantra so you can stay above the fray, free from the barrage of negativity, thereby ensuring the expansion of your bright and prosperous economy. Make it clear to the world every day that you have things to do and people to see. the mind-body prescription. An additional 25% suffered from anxiety, and what the investigating panel called somatization disorders, physical symptoms that are associated with depression and anxiety. The year in tech 2022. What's it like to be a black man in tech? One click. Today, says Oren, CEO of the American Booksellers Association. The competition is clearly coming from Amazon. Think your way to wealth. The habit of forming opinions and building plans without basing them on known facts. Moving forward. In the age of and under a microscope of the instantaneous, non-stop news, do you feel that your efforts need public recognition to encourage you to continue? The injected plant proteins rapidly kill cells that come into contact with BXW, preventing it from spreading. Selling real estate services, third-level secret of top producers. You will sell less, win more, and enjoy it more. Strategic business forecasting, a structured approach to shaping the future of your business. The war casualties have never been received casually by the American people. We underwork. Let's dissect the purpose of a press release for a moment. It's something you send out because you want to be noticed. Dissect.